It began on a night thick with southern heat, the kind that clings to your skin and stirs memories you'd rather forget. Greenville, Mississippi, sat under a blanket of humidity and silence. Street lamps flickered along empty roads, the occasional chirp of crickets filling in where conversation had long died out. In a town where everyone seemed to know everyone, secrets had a way of festering in the shadows. Aaliyah Jefferson was just 23. A recent nursing graduate, full of ambition and plans bigger than her small hometown could contain. She had dreams of working in pediatric care, traveling the country, maybe even starting her own clinic one day. But for now, she was working the late shift at a modest roadside diner along Highway 82, stacking tips, saving money, and trying to carve out a future. March 18, 2022. Aaliyah clocked out just before 11 p.m., her final moment on camera caught at 10:48 p.m., walking toward her silver Honda Civic in the dimly lit parking lot. She didn't seem distressed. Just tired. Ready to get home, take off her shoes, and fall into bed. That was the last time anyone saw her alive. Her mother, Aaliyah Jefferson, called at midnight. Aaliyah didn't pick up. The call went to voicemail, unusual, but not alarming. Monica assumed her daughter had simply gone straight to sleep. But when morning came, and still no word, Monica's heart sank. "I just knew something wasn't right," Monica would later say. "My daughter always called me back. Always." By noon, Monica filed a missing persons report. But the police response was tepid. "She's probably just out with someone," an officer had told her. "Give it 48 hours. You know how these things go." But Monica did know. She knew her daughter wouldn't disappear without saying a word. And she knew that sometimes, the system didn't move fast enough, especially for girls like Aaliyah. For 9 days, Monica pleaded for help. She called local news stations, organized search parties, plastered Aaliyah's face across town. But the coverage was minimal. The urgency, absent. Then, on March 27, a hunter stumbled across something deep in the woods, 15 miles from where Aaliyah was last seen. Her body. Strangled. Left beneath a patch of trees like she was never meant to be found. Her phone was missing. Her purse, gone. There were bruises on her arms, defensive wounds. Signs she had fought back. But fought alone. The police opened a homicide investigation, but things quickly unraveled. Surveillance footage from businesses along Highway 82? Deleted. Her phone's final GPS ping? Ignored. A nearby abandoned warehouse, mentioned by a tipster, was never searched. And the investigators? Silent. They treated her like a case file, Monica said. Not like someone's daughter. Nearly 40% of missing women in the United States are black. Yet black victims are far less likely to appear in news coverage or receive urgent law enforcement response. It's a grim truth, confirmed by the Black and Missing Foundation and echoed in countless overlooked cases. Just a week after Aaliyah's body was found, another woman went missing. A white college student from out of state. Within hours, search dogs were dispatched. The FBI was called in. Social media lit up. She was found alive in 3 days. 2 women. 2 stories. 2 responses. But Aaliyah's story didn't fade for everyone. Not for Monica. Not for the community members who believed her life mattered. A vigil was held near the diner. Dozens gathered with candles and tears, wearing shirts printed with Aaliyah's smile. Monica stood at the center, voice shaking. She was kind. Brilliant. She deserved more than this. And I'm not stopping until someone answers for what happened to her. She hired a private investigator. Pushed for interviews. Created a Facebook group titled Justice for Aaliyah Jefferson, which slowly gained traction. Still, leads were thin. Every promising tip seemed to vanish into silence. Aaliyah's name echoes in the air, whispered by those who refuse to forget. Aaliyah Jefferson sat at her kitchen table, a worn notebook in front of her filled with dates, phone numbers, and names. A steaming mug of coffee sat untouched beside it. She had long traded rest for routine, chasing every whisper of information, every anonymous message, every chance to keep Aaliyah's name alive. "I think about her every minute," she said in a local radio interview. "It's like trying to breathe through grief." The private investigator she hired, Marcus Lane, was a former cop turned freelance sleuth. He believed Aaliyah's case had been mishandled from the beginning. There were red flags everywhere, Lane told reporters. Basic follow-ups weren't done. Witnesses were never interviewed. Surveillance data vanished before anyone took it seriously. That's not incompetence, it's negligence. Lane uncovered that Aaliyah had received a strange text the night she vanished. A message from an unknown number, "Still on for tonight?" Her phone had pinged from a tower near the old Ellis warehouse just 20 minutes later. He urged local authorities to investigate. They didn't. Frustration mounted. So did fear. Other young women began coming forward, stories of being followed, harassed, even lured into remote areas by fake job offers or phony social media profiles. Whispers of a predator. But law enforcement insisted there was no connection. Coincidence, they said. Then came the break Monica had waited for. A young man, only identified as David, contacted the Justice for Aaliyah page anonymously. He said he saw Aaliyah at a gas station that night. Not alone. She was arguing with someone, a man, taller, wearing a black hoodie. He didn't catch the face, but he remembered the car, a red pickup with a dent in the bumper. It wasn't much, but it was something. Monica handed the tip over to police. They promised to look into it. Weeks passed. No update. Lane began digging through regional traffic cam footage. He found a grainy image, time-stamped 11:07 p.m., of a red pickup speeding away from the intersection of Highway 82 and Dogwood Lane. Roughly the same area, the same time. He brought it to the police. They dismissed it. By now, Monica had gone national. She appeared on podcasts, true crime documentaries, even morning news segments. The more she spoke, the more people began to listen. Aaliyah's story was no longer local. It was a symbol. For every woman forgotten. For every family left in the dark. 1 year passed. No arrest. No closure. But Monica refused to give up. On the anniversary of Aaliyah's disappearance, a memorial was held in Greenville's Central Park. Over 200 people attended. Her name lit the night in candlelight and song. In the crowd were other mothers, women whose daughters never came home. "Your fight is our fight now," one said, embracing Monica. The following week, a podcast episode on Aaliyah's case went viral. It included interviews with Lane, Monica, and several community members. That exposure brought renewed pressure to the case. Suddenly, the Greenville Police Department reopened the investigation. They subpoenaed phone records, reviewed warehouse camera footage, re-examined forensic evidence from Aaliyah's car. And then, finally, an arrest. The man's name was Darrell Boone, a former warehouse worker with a prior assault charge. His DNA matched a hair found on Aaliyah's jacket. He owned a red pickup, now with a missing front license plate. He denied everything. But the evidence spoke. The trial was long. Painful. Monica sat through every day, flanked by supporters and wearing a pin with Aaliyah's photo. The jury deliberated for 2 days. Guilty. A wave of emotion swept the courtroom. Monica wept. Not with relief, but with release. Justice wasn't an end. But it was something. Today, Monica continues to speak out. Aaliyah's story is now part of a growing movement to raise awareness for missing and murdered black women. Aaliyah's name is taught in classrooms. Her face is seen in murals. Her voice echoes in every family that refuses to be silent. Because silence kills. But remembering? Remembering saves lives. This is Whispers of Crime, where the forgotten are remembered. And justice begins with the telling.